Hello, this is Alex, and welcome to Snapshot review of week 17 of 2012. As you can see in the top left corner, the new snapshot that came out today is 12W17A. So there are a lot of changes, some which were announced and some that weren't announced. So one of the first things we got colored half slabs now. So we got the normal oak wood here, and dark wood, and birch wood, and I actually forget what these are called, but let's see, I think I put some of them over here, so we can try and make some. It's just like you think. These are wooden planks, they're still called wooden planks, but you get the jungle wood half slabs, and you get the birch wood half slabs, and these are called spruce wood, and oak wood. That's the normal ones. So they are now also treated, instead of they're treated like, let's see, game mode 1, instead of they're treated like stone, they're now treated like actual wood. So you can pick them up instead of using a pickaxe like you normally would. Well, that's a bad example because I actually have I've got efficiency in this one, so that was a bad example, but you can use this now. So they will work like normal half slabs, like they're made of wood. So that is a good thing. It also means that now that they're made of wood, you can actually do this, which may not be to some people's liking, but yeah, they burn now. So this means that you can't use them anymore to build around, for instance, lava, and have them not catch fire. There's, however, some things you should know. Half slabs that you have already made will not have these names. They will not be called oak wood slabs. They will just be called wood slabs, and they will still be treated like they're made of stone. So they won't burn. But if you make something new after the update, they will. So take note of that. Okay, so that's a good thing. There's some different things too. If we take these, you can see I put them down here. When you put them down like this, they work just the way they should, and you get the different types like this. But if you do it upside down, there's a bug. They are still all the same color. They don't keep their color when they're upside down. And you cannot stack different types of them. So if I do this, you see I cannot put this one on top of this one. And I can't squeeze this one in here between. If I take this and right click, I can put that in there, but I can't put it in here, for instance. That won't work, but if I take this one, that will work. So you can't mix and match like that yet. I don't know if they're gonna fix it, but not yet anyways. Another thing, and this is the reason why I have silk touch in this, they fixed silk touch on glass panes, so you can now pick up your glass panes again if you have silk touch. You couldn't do that before. And yeah, you guessed it. A nice ice wall here. Look at this. That's nice. You can get ice now. Which means that you can go to a snow biome, pick it up with silk touch, bring it back to your own world, and if you break it, and not with the silk touch because I'm an idiot, like that, it will get converted to water. And I think it only works if you actually have something beneath it. I think Momo keeps telling me this, but so if he's true, this should not work. No, you need a block below it for it actually to work. Okay. Then I can hear you all asking, yay, we got water in the nether now. Well, let's go check. I haven't been in here yet, so we're just gonna let it generate the terrain, see where we end up. Okay, some kind of cave, that's okay. You can put it down, but when you break it, it just goes away. So even though Silk Touch is back and works on ice blocks, it does not mean that you can have water in the nether. So I'm sorry for you who were waiting for that. That was me also. I was looking forward to that, but that's not the case yet. Another thing, I don't know if you have done this before, if you need to pick up one of these, you need to hit it a lot of times, and it just kind of wobbles, and the same goes with boats. You need to hit it, pick it up, or break it, you need to hit it a lot of times. And when you change to game mode 1, that was the same case. But now, one click, and you destroy them. It's no longer necessary to beat them about or pick up a sword or anything. You can just use anything and hit it, and you will pick it up immediately. So that's a nice change. Another thing you may remember in creative mode, when you were flying and you encountered liquid, water or fire, you would slow down. This is not the case anymore. You fly right through it as if it was any other block or air. It no longer slows you down. So that's very nice also. And I think one of the final things, now let's see in here, in options, in controls, you have this command. And what this does is, when you hit this key, for me I chose divide, which is the slash on the numeric keyboard for me. If I just, that wasn't actually what I wanted to do. If I just hit T, I can get this, right? The normal chat settings. But if I hit divide, I get the same, but with a slash already there, so I can type in a command here. See now, I need to get used to it. Times set 0, okay? But if I hit divide, it already shows up there. I don't know if this was the case, but if I type help 1, I get the first page of the help. And if I type help 2, I get an empty second page. I don't know if this was always so, but that's the way it is now. Also in here, if you go into options, there's no longer the numbers on the music and the sound sliders. That's a bug, and that's gonna get fixed. The controls, we did look at that. There's the new button here is the chat settings, and this got changed a little bit, as you can see. You can now disable your chat if you don't want to have it shown anymore. That doesn't seem to actually work. Okay, I didn't know that. Oh, chat commands are only hidden. Oh, okay, now I see. Okay, and colors you can turn on and off if you want colors in the chat, or if you want web links, or if you want to be prompted when you click on a link. And also opacity, if you look there behind. If you're on a server where there's constant chatter and the chat takes up most of the screen, you can turn down the opacity so you can actually still see what's going on behind it. The default is 100%, just like you normally get it, but you can turn it down. Turn down the settings now, which is good. There should be something fixed called the jumping castle effect when you exit a boat, and I don't know what this is, but apparently when you got out of the boat you would jump a lot, and that should be fixed in SMP, and also a lot of the bugginess of boats should be fixed in SMP. So that is good. Let's go to game mode 0. Okay, so I'm now in survival mode, and I can get rid of all this junk here if I wanted to. One of the things I wanted to show you here is this. You know, you can make bookcases and books and all that kind of things. So if you do 3 sugar canes, you get a paper, and if you do 3 papers, you no longer get a book. What gives? Well, you actually need a piece of leather now. to get a book. So the leather binding is needed. That's a new for the recipe. And if you take a book and you add an ink sac and something I forgot to put in my inventory, so I'm not very no, stop hitting wrong keys. You actually also need feathers now. So if you take a piece of paper, a feather, and an ink sac, not a piece of paper, I'm telling you lies, a book, a piece, a ink sac and a feather, you get a book and quill. And what you can do with these are as follows. Yeah, okay, I made too many there. You can right click it and you can type in here, hello world, and so on. You can go to the next page. Momo owes me 1 diamond hat, for instance. Done. And next time I right click it, I can go in here and I can continue editing it. When I'm done, I can sign the book, and I can say I can sign a manual for Momo, for instance. Sign and close. And now I signed and closed the book. It gets the name I gave it, and it says that I made it. And I can no longer edit it, but I can read it. So you can use this in, for instance, if you're making a map or something, you can use this now to create books um, and give information to the player in them. Or you can keep it in your inventory and just continually write down stuff like spawn, like original spawn is x34 and c1, yeah, something like that, and nether portal is there, and so on and so forth. And you can keep this information and you can give it to another player and he can know this information. You cannot copy a book yet. I don't know if that is planned, but that would be nice if you have a lot of information you could give the book to someone else. But yeah, another thing that's been changed is when you are in creative mode like I am now, sometimes your tools would degrade as you use them, and that has been changed, so that is no longer the case. There's fixed something with entities glitching through blocks. So you know, if you have a lot of entities in a survival multiplayer, like a mob spawner, that all the mobs fall down to one block, they glitch out through the block and can show up in a large area around the actual place they're in. That should have been fixed, so that is no longer should be the case. I haven't tested this, but that is what it says. Yeah, boats should be less glitchy in SMP. When you create a new world and you choose to create a new world, when you go in here and you turn these off, this actually works now. You can turn these on and off and it works. And if you do hardcore, those are turned off now. So that's new also. There was a problem when you had automatically stacked items. I don't know if you knew about this. This was in the last snapshot. If you throw down a lot of the same type of item, they will stack together, as you can see. They won't be spread all over the place like they normally are. They will stack together in larger stacks. And what would happen is the first item you threw down in a stack would determine when the entire stack despawned. So if I threw down this and I wait 4.5 minutes and I go like this, after 30 seconds all of those would despawn. That is no longer the case. What else? There was a GUI scale problem where it would crash the game if you changed the scale of the graphical user interface. That's been fixed. And if you pick a huge mushroom block with the middle click, that no longer picks up the wrong item. Another thing that's been changed is they fixed a lot of the if you place down blocks and you don't have them in your inventory, and you middle click on them, you would get what the item dropped if it was broken in a creative mode. So now when you middle click, you will actually get the right block type. And the same goes for this. I won't get a book because you would get books if you break this in normal, but you will actually get the right block. So a lot of good changes to the game. And yeah, I think that covers most of it. I think there were a lot of hidden information and stuff in this update, but I've been following the thread over on Reddit to see what's been going on and what changes people have discovered. But I hope I covered most of it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.